this channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys um, who have been with me on this YouTube journey and has been supporting me with a lot of love and light. I am grateful for that. All right, so this message is for today, March 30th, something March 30th, March 20th. It is also for the fellow earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For your reading, I felt called to burn a bay leaf as a form of extra protection, earth signs. All right. So when you come into this live stream, give me a Fonzie. Double tap that screen or just simply hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, a little notification bell so you know when I post videos and I go live. And you can always share the video after it finishes processing and uploading and so forth. All right. With somebody who you think will either resonate with it or maybe needs a particular message. All right. Our signs. So today is March 20th. So we have that energy of 5. So change is definitely in the air. We're about to change seasons. The sun is moving into Aries, a fire sign. So we're getting double fire here. Sun, fire, Aries, fire. We're also entering into a new astrological year of the fire horse where things are about to speed up because horses take off and they're fast, right? So things are about to speed up where maybe you've been in a slow mode for a while, but that's okay because during that slow mode, you had an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to trust your intuition, an opportunity to face whatever shadows that needed to be faced here. So I have been receiving a lot of downloads that I am going to sit down and organize because I got to sit down and organize my thoughts because I have something I need to share with the collective concerning twin flame journeys. The spirit sent me down a rabbit hole. But again, I need to sit down and organize my thoughts so I'm not all over the place. So that's coming soon, very, very soon. I feel like I need to still do a little bit more research here before I bring that to your guys' attention. All right. So earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So we are definitely in the process of clearing out people, places, and things that no longer serve us. Moving forward, we're going to pack lightly. We're going to only take the things that we need with us because we already realize that we don't need that extra gunk, that extra baggage that we've been carrying through these past cycles that was completed on a karmic level. This could be karmic friends, family, people, places, situations, anything that no longer serves you, you are discarding. You are making them changes. And if you're unwilling to make the change and let it go, the divine is going to step in and do it for you. And if the divine has to step in and do it, it may not be a change that you're going to like. So you're better off doing it on your own. All right. So earth signs, thank you for the Fonzie. I see I have 5 viewers. Can I have a couple more Fonzies? It's greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. So we're going to start off because today is Friday with a divine feminine oracle. I just seen 1238. So 3 and 1 could be significant. Ones represent mastering lessons. 3s talk about being in the zone, mind, body, and soul, being authentic. So that could be what you're mastering. Or so give me some Fonzies. I greatly, greatly appreciate it if you would. All right, so divine feminine. What divine feminine wants to come through for the element of earth, Taurus, Virgo? Thank you. Something about thank you. Thank your deity, your goddess, maybe whoever, whatever. I want to say idolize, but that's not what I mean. Be aware of thoughts that don't belong to you, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because you could have somebody sending them your way. Can I have one goddess, please, and thank you for the earth signs, please and thank you. I have one goddess for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, please and thank you. Okay, have, oh, and Nana coming through. The Queen of Heaven and Earth signs. This is beautiful. I don't know why, but this kind of looks like an arrow coming through. Maybe you're getting some sort of a download similar to what I had. This looks like a spirit animal of some sort. I'm not exactly, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of a koala, but you can use your own discernment. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So Inanna is definitely goddess. Somebody's name could be Anne or Anna. Rita of Caskia, the patroness of the impossible causes. I am miraculous. Prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So if you're praying, you're actually opening up a channel between heaven and earth. So your words mean something here, earth signs. Your words mean something. See how she's got her hand? I don't know why, but this looks like her hand right here, holding some sort of light. I don't know. It might not be. Something could be being healed. These two deities look a lot alike. I could be talking specifically to a Virgo with a Hermit card coming through here. White Buffalo woman, so somebody could be Native American. Or have Native American lineage. Look how these two goddesses kind of alike. Look how her head's illuminated. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of miracles that are meant for me. So for some of you earth signs, you've been maybe praying for some sort of a miracle and it's about to manifest. That definitely resonates with me. I can tell you that right now. All right, Inanna, however you want to pronounce it. I apologize, Didi Inanna, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. We have 202. I see that during the, I think the water sign reading. So 202. 2 talks about that balance. 2, balance with another person. 0, packing lightly. 2 people being on the same page. 2, making positive decisions to let go of the baggage because you're letting go of what no longer serves you. This talks about balance of your masculine and feminine energies, which is activating some sort of a power within you. Okay, that's what I'm getting from the 202 number. But you can look that up. I don't have my phone over here to look it up. I apologize. I didn't prepare to do that. I should have. I did, but I didn't. If that makes sense. All right. Inanna represents the power that comes back to us when we accept and integrate our shadow. So a lot of us, our signs, are integrating our shadow work by facing them shadows within us, integrating our shadows. Inanna was the most prominent female deity in ancient Mesopotamia. At the height of her worship, around the Uric period of 4000 to 2000 BCE, temples and shrines dedicated to Inanna lie Tigris Euphrates River. Her name is Sumerian for Lady of Heaven. Her temples housed her priestesses, and each would take a man to bed. Well, her temples housed her priestesses, and each would take a man to bed with them in the spring equinox. Spring equinox, that's what we're right now in. To reenact the divine marriage of Hieros Gamos between Inanna and her consort Dumuzi. A divine union within thyself. 202. The Hieros Gamos is an ancient ritual of uniting the opposites from within, the male and the female, the light and dark, and especially heaven and earth. This theme occurs in accounts of Inanna's descent into the underworld to find her sister, oh my goodness, Ereshkigal. I'm sorry, goddess. I chopped that up. She must take off an article of clothing at each of the 7 gates so that when she finally reaches her sister, she is naked. And when Anana ascends, she does so with Ereshkigal's power. Inanna goes into the depths of her own unconscious to merge with her twin sister self. She becomes more powerful because she is no longer using conscious psychic energy to keep her shadow or negative attributes hidden deep underground. She courageously descends and faces the aspects of herself that are hard to get to when she's fully dressed or cloaked heavenly in the ego. I am telling you, this download that I got, our signs, has a lot to do with this. I'm telling you. But we'll talk about that. Inanna is an invitation to get naked. She wants us to drop our defenses. She wants us to see how holy and sacred it is to be vulnerable. As above, so below. This is an alchemical adult, I don't know how to pronounce that name, AAGE, that suggests heaven and earth are not so separate. It suggests that within us, deep down in the dark cages where we place parts of ourselves, the truth that exists there also exists right here on the surface of everyday lives. So if we're exerting great amounts of energy to keep from seeing our shadow, it is actually playing a large role in our conscious. When we can face what we think is dark or negative about us, I mean, really embrace it and see it for what it is, a beautiful broken place that is called, that's a call for love, then we can emerge more whole. We can marry the light and dark aspects of our beings. And in uniting with our twin sister from the depths, we can stop projecting her onto other women. We can see and own the hot mess we are and not get sabotaged by it. The light must cast a shadow, and the priestess is the one who gets called to love them both. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Woo, daddy. Alrighty. What a beautiful message. And then we have, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels for the possibility. So it's about coming into the divine union, integrating that dark into the light. It's about, I'm telling you, the download I got was about Sophia. And how she descended from the light here on earth. And like, I'm not going to go into it. All right. You got to read the story and we'll talk about it when I do that live stream. So Anana, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. All the light side, the dark side. So something about coming into divine union within thyself. 202. 2, the balance of the darkness and light. Merging with nothing in the full mode. And going into that 2-2 on the other side of the wholeness, becoming one, making that decision. All right, and Anna, okay. $67. Again, I got this for the water energy as well. The warning, so you may want to go watch the water sign reading because you could have water somewhere in your chart, pretty heavy. You could see there's a lot of water on this card. You can see that you're alone in this boat. There's an arrow pointing, so you need to pay attention to the signs. There is definitely, I feel, somebody lurking either in your energy, or this is representative of the divine. The 7 energy has a lot to do with spirituality. So somebody could be going through basically an ego death by going down into their subconscious and facing some sort of a shadow. You can see a hand reaching up here. This talks about some sort of a strategic plan. Look, there's a face in the window. So I feel like somebody has somebody watching them. Throwing a rock, hiding a hand energy is coming through here. Yeah, that's pulling you to the edge with a number 9. 3, 6, 9 could be significant. We have 36 coming through here, which is at 9 energy. 9 plus 4 is 13, so 13 could be significant. Somebody may feel as though they have unfinished business. Some of you may even be a clear channel for music. You're being asked to clean something up, clean up the clutter, do some spring cleaning. That's that 0 energy between the 2 and the 2, which will help you to, uh, with more energy, to be more uh, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually stable. I don't know where that's coming from, but what I feel. All right. So we are going to read these 2 cards for the element of earth. We're just going to do a quick little over. I'm not going to go way, way deep. A clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. Let me reread that. A clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. Um, all right. I don't know why my eye just itched. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game, right? And you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed your dreams for the exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. Something you have been praying to the universe about is coming your way as if by magic. But before this happens, you need to do some work. For some of you, so yeah, something about integrating the darkness and the light, bringing that state of balance, something that you thought you wanted is coming from the ego, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so let's move on to the next page here. Being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. So this goes back to maybe you're finding another puzzle piece. Another puzzle piece that was hidden. And this totally resonates with me, Earth signs, because wait till I bring to you guys' attention this download. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by a perfect condition. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward and flow like a river into the sea of life. So what I feel, Earth signs, you've been praying for the divine to do something or to grant you something that you uh like grant some sort of a wish. But I feel like it's coming, but it's not going to come in the form that you are hoping for. Because I feel like there is a divine plan in place. For some of you, I feel like there is somebody hiding behind the scenes as well. You know, this talks about coming to the edge. This is that card I was talking about. May have something to do with love. Somebody coming in saying, I have unfinished business. Face hiding the egg. There is something hidden, like a hidden face. Maybe there's something you need to face that integrate that shadow. And the divine is pulling you to the edge, forcing you to face it, to integrate it. Because the Nana talks about bringing both sides of yourself together. And it does talk about two females. There could be a female, a dark high priestess. I don't know. You could take the messages as they resonate, because that's what I'm getting. Because we have the Black Madonna coming through here. Transform pain and suffering into the greater capacity to love. And we're talking about a prophetess. Somebody who is a prophet, somebody who's a psychic seer, somebody who is a high priestess. Something about your words. I'm telling you, something about your prayers, your words, and integrating the darkness, the shadow of pain and suffering. See that face, right? Integrating that dark and light of pain and suffering. You're not here. Like, it's just, it's your ego. It's that darkness. I don't know. Something about that. All right. I apologize. It's like, I keep seeing 67, which is 13, which talks about death and rebirth. Then we got Anana, who is a deity that's like way up here. Like, way up here. She's a very powerful deity. I'll just say it that way. And the 13 energy with the death energy coming through here, that goes into that underworld, right? What are the crows warning the earth signs about today? Resistance. So resistance talks about, look, he's in that wind, the words, something about that. So you can't resist this, is what they're telling you. You may not be flying straight, right? You don't fly straight in the wind. Maybe you need to go watch the air sign video, which was the first one out, to help get, I feel like there could be a specific message in there for you, earth signs. But the resistant card talks about how, you know, when a crow is flying through a windstorm, how the wind will pick them up and carry them like a couple of steps sideways, but they somehow regain that equilibrium to go in the direction that they are wanting to go in, right? So you could be like taking a couple of side steps here. And through these side steps, you are actually like seeing you're seeing why you are being resisted something, why something is not for you. All right, let me read the resistance card. So the crows are warning you about this. You can't resist this. You have to go through this. And then I feel like so somebody could be praying to this deity. There may be strong wind coming your way. However, you do have the ability to find a path with the least resistance. Have you ever seen a crow get thrown by the wind? I have. It's pretty funny. The bird may get taken off guard, but it finds its balance again. You are the sky. Everything else, it is just the weather. So there is some sort of strong wind coming your way. Wind talks about prayer. It talks about breath. It talks about communication, because wind represents air, which represents communication. That could be throwing you off guard. That's making you realize that what is not for you. Something that you've prayed for. Alrighty. Something about night. Oh, yeah, definitely. You have somebody coming in here with the play card. I didn't mean to make you mad. I was just playing. They could be coming in at night, which talks about that darkness. So you have some sort of a shadow that you're resisting to address that keeps triggering you. But I feel like the divine is protecting what's meant for you. See the egg there? The divine is protecting something that's precious to you, something that is actually meant for you. So what you need to understand is God's protection, they're protecting you from something. So you need to stop resisting what is not meant for you, right? There is some sort of a predator that is being exposed here who has maybe mimicking you. This is a copycat energy. They're going through an ego death. And divine is telling you everything that you have been through has been preparing you for what your prayer, your miracle. So you may have somebody who is coming to your door who is very curious as to what you are doing because they could be blocked from looking into your energy. They could also, yeah, a predator. You have a predator. Somebody who is like preying on your downfall. Maybe their plan will work. Trying to throw you off guard, right? Throwing this resistance at you. But you're releasing that. And you're understanding that you are being prepared for something better. All right, let's move on. Our signs. What signs are you showing our signs? What signs are you showing the element of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What signs are you showing Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns? Please and thank you. Can I have one card? What are you showing the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What signs are you showing them? The Crow. That you may have some sort of bad news coming your way. Prophecy. So you could be prophesying something. The Crow. I'm telling you. We have a male energy coming through, a masculine. We have innocence, light, safety, 666, alchemizing, right? The light, finding that balance. Choose peace and harmony in your thoughts with others. So you may have a masculine who is seeing your light. Okay? You have a special skill to use your words to alchemize. Yeah, renewal, rainbow, something with the chakras. So, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm a hypnotherapist, so this 100% resonates with me. Awakening, new dawn, beginning. So you're going through some sort of an awakening that is very key to letting the past. Something is faded, right? The Crow, prophesied. Something is prophesied. You could very well, earth signs, be that prophetess. You could be that prophetess. Where's it at in here? Right here. A prophetess. Communication, right? Mirroring. You could also be working with the deity Hecate. I don't know if she's connected on Inanna, but there definitely is something coming your way. This could be talking about a past life, maybe in a past life. you was a Native American. Masculine and feminine energy. You have this is all feminine, and then you got the masculine on the bottom of the deck. Something that was prophesied. Something that's going to throw you off guard. Something by shock, like I feel shocking. All right, let's pull some more cards. Pull some tarot cards. I'm already past my time frame. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Can we have some tarot cards? I feel like Spirit is telling you, our sons, there's been a change of plans. All right, let's pull. Okay, the Five of Gabrielle. So the Five of Wands in reverse talks about resolving some of a conflict, resolving some sort of an inner conflict or conflict with somebody else. You're going to be surprised, right? It's going to throw you off guard. Something is going to throw you off guard, and you're going to realize that it really was not for you along. We have the energy of 5, which 32 adds up to a 5. Yeah, divine guidance, 55. So something about 55 coming through here. Consider the divine is intervening and setting you on a different course, is what I feel. Giving you an alternative approach to something. Because, you know, the Taurus, this is maybe specific to you, Taurus. Being divinely guided, being in the flow of your masculine and feminine energies. You have a lot. This also could talk about that prophetess energy. Somebody, you have Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard. Right? We are going to clarify that here in a second. Queen of Raphael. The Queen of Raphael is water sign. So somebody is very psychic. Somebody who, has a lot of intuitive information. Somebody who is a prophetess. Somebody who has a lot of psychic information, downloads. Somebody who's very understanding. Somebody who's very calm. This is a water energy. So there could be a message in the water video you may want to go watch. Somebody who's very understanding, somebody who's very empathetic, somebody who also works with Archangel Raphael and Archangel Sandalphon. So somebody who is very patient, somebody who is listening to their hearts. Yeah, changing their perspective. So this is Neptune in reverse. Something about sacrificing something. Something being thrown off guard. Okay, 355. Hey, I know what that means for me. I feel like there is somebody who is secretly watching you that would come in and say, oh, I didn't mean to make you mad. I was just playing. Just to try to throw you off center. These are just words. Gonna, like, I'm telling you, it's gonna throw you off guard. These are just empty words. So somebody is definitely seeing something from a different perspective here, right? About something that they have been praying for. 3 of Gabrielle. So I see 88 coming through. 88 could be significant here. But there is something coming your way. Absolutely. There definitely is something coming your way. But it's coming in the way that you expected. Yeah. The World card. The World card in reverse talks about you are being shown. Your next steps are not being shown yet. Or 1221 could be significant. Something about mirroring energy. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe something is being mirrored back to you. Some sort of darkness. And you're seeing it with the crow, that some sort of message is coming your way. Yeah, the suffering. You suffered enough is what I feel Spirit is telling you. Something is coming full circle. With the World card in reverse, let's clarify. Look, the Three of Michael. Heartache, despair. Yes. Yep, look, there could be somebody coming in that's a womanizer who could be throwing you off guard. I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't mean to break your heart. I didn't mean to cause you despair, right? But what they're doing, trying to dampen that flame. They don't want you to move on, is what I'm seeing. Yeah. This is somebody who maybe they'll work something out with you, but they're only after your money. They want you to miss some sort of an opportunity. Let's clarify the Hierophant card, please and thank you. Yeah, Queen of Michael. So definitely your prayers have been heard is what I feel. And you're definitely getting a lot of insights. You're definitely getting a lot of downloads. We have air and water, which talks about gaining that insight from your higher self. You may want to go watch the air signs. I feel like the air signs has a message for you. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's clarify the World card. I feel like this insight is giving you the next step to completing some sort of a cycle. The World card, please and thank you in reverse. Yeah, the Michael, or the Four of Ariel. This talks about hanging on to something. I feel like what you're doing is you're hanging on to a particular outcome. And here you are coming into, and Nana is coming in saying, we need to see something from a different perspective. What you're praying about is going to come for you, but it's not going to come in the way that you expected. You need to be more in the flow. You need to put down the resistance of like an over emotional approach to a situation. 1221 could be significant. That mirroring energy. 333 could be significant. 1313 could be significant. 67 could be significant. Yeah, you need to take a more balanced approach to the situation because you haven't been left out in the cold. There's that shadow that needs to be integrated, a feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, right? Feeling rejected, because rejection was for your protection, and that's what Spirit is saying. See something from a higher perspective here. Rejection was for your protection. You're not left out in the cold. You did not get left out of something, a wish being granted here. Right? This is the page of Raphael. Somebody may want to come in and apologize. You definitely need to listen to your intuition in this situation, what I feel. All right, let's close out this reading. I'm already way over my time frame. All right, so let's pull a light keeper. Yep, you're going through a healing process, and you're also divinely protected, right? Again, rejection was for your own protection. You were heavily divinely protected while you're integrating that shadow that needs to be healed of feeling rejected, feeling abandoned by the divine. You really are not abandoned by the divine. You were actually protected from a situation, and you had somebody who could have tried to throw you off guard by saying, like trying to trigger you and saying, oh, you lost your divine protection. And it happened because it like got the best of you. So cords are being cut here, and you are protected. And the cords that are being cut is helping you to heal. You are so sensitive, so sensitive. The cords that are being cut is helping you to move beyond that ego limitation. Divine feminine. I feel like I'm speaking to the divine feminines out there. Got a lot of, look, it talks about in me, right? The two females integrating. Somebody was checking into your past life energy, and they realize that you have a specific journey. You are of a, like, you have an extremely high calling, and they did not want you to believe in yourself. So we're trying to take an alternative approach to instill fear within you, um, making you feel as though you lost your divine protection. And they did it in a very extreme way, like their plan. Something about the fortune. See the fortune cookie? Something about your fortune. Maybe you need to see what your higher, your ascended sign is your fortune sign. See what the ascended sign is, and see the house that that fortune is in will give you a little bit more of an idea. I know what that means for me, and you would have to go watch the particular elemental sign that your house of fortune is in. It is your rising or ascending sign. That's your fortune sign. Yeah, Dharma is unfolding for you. So yeah, what you've been praying for is coming about for you, earth signs, right? Dharma is unfolding for you, but it's like it's taking that one step at a time, and that one step at a time is guiding you towards some healing and letting you know that what was meant for you will find a way. What's not meant for you will be moved out of the way. All right. Thank you for watching, earth signs.